when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. I'm your favorite youth host, Dwayne Nurse, and it's always a pleasure to be here with you this morning on such an auspicious occasion, smack center in the middle of the week, where we here at Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Television bring you the youthful vibe. For those of you who have been going through a rough week thus far, we are just here to spice up your week in whatever way we can. Through a rundown, through a banter, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And also a special good morning to those of you viewing on our viewing platforms, would it be 102 on Amplia, YouTube, Facebook, and wherever else. Good morning and welcome. And I'm also joined with
Natalia Nancis, good morning. Dwayne, good morning to all our viewers on our varying platforms. Dwayne introduced himself as your favorite youth host, but over the weeks you have seen that I became the favorite youth host. I'm just going to take back that title. I'm your favorite youth host.
I don't mind sharing.
This morning, yes.
I really don't mind sharing. I'm not a greedy person, as you might know. I love to share. Right?
Yes.
I'm pleased to have you a part of the favorite youth host.
Yes.
But we have a lot for you guys in store. But before we get into all of that, we're gonna go over to news in 90 seconds with Miss Natalia Nancis.
Here is your news in 90 seconds to Wednesday, 13th November 2024. Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy launched Finance Month 2024 on November 5th to boost financial literacy and support Tobago's business sector. Themed Finance for All, Empowering Growth Together Through Knowledge, this initiative includes Money Moves workshop, teaching financial basics to children, and a business development caravan visiting communities across the island. The month celebrations will culminate on November 19th with a business development conference featuring sessions on automation, cybersecurity, and economic strategies for small and medium enterprises. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Social and Welfare Association have expressed willingness to meet over a dispute concerning a judiciary policy requiring police officers to sign in their firearms before entering courtrooms. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin confirmed most officers are complying with the policy, and he reported no complaints but acknowledged a few officers had been turned away from courts. Emphasizing the need for collaboration with the judiciary, Benjamin said he is open to discussing the issue with Trinidad and Tobago Police Social and Welfare Association to clarify the policy's intent and address any concerns. In response to a reduced budget of $2.599 billion, significantly less than $3.956 billion requested, the Tobago House of Assembly is implementing expenditure cuts to manage resources efficiently. THA officials recently convened to reassess, focusing on cutting costs in areas like overseas travel, materials, and office supplies. According to Finance Secretary Petal Ann Roberts, each division will see tailored budget cuts, aiming to save approximately $292 million to fund essential projects. These projects include upgrading the island's ambulance fleet, enhancing Scarborough's Calypso Rose Boulevard, launching a youth training program, and developing affordable housing in Castara. Roberts also discussed efforts to obtain disaster funding. And that is your news in 90 seconds.
All right, thank you, Miss Nancis, for news in 90 seconds. We want to go straight over to our birthdays, but I think before we do that, I want to ask you, how was your week? What are some of the highlights of your week thus far, whether it be personally or right here in the space in Tobago?
All right, Dwayne, I'll throw that right back over to you because so far my week, I need that
Your week
energy
has been
picker upper
mundane?
this morning. It was a bit boring, you know, it
Come
started
on.
the mundane
Come
Monday
on.
and the tiring Tuesday, but today is Youthful Wednesday. So I'm hoping that, you
Yes.
know, I'm picked up in energy this morning. How was your week?
My week was hectic, was quite eventful. I got over some hurdles. But you know, I have a pet peeve with Tobagonians, right? And I love my Tobagonian. I'm a Tobagonian by heart. But for some reason I cannot take the fact that when you come in to Scarborough on a morning, this slothful driving, imagine it taking you 20 minutes to reach one place when you should have taken 10. I don't understand it. You know, and it's a pet peeve I have that with us here in Tobago where everything is just so somewhat laissez-faire and slow and you know, we're just taking with time, busy going nowhere, you know, and it's just like, come on, right? Where's the business? And you know, that's one of my pet peeves. However, I also saw this morning that the Tobago's I Love Tobago sign has been taken down to be relocated on the Esplanade. Looking forward to seeing where that is. What else has been happening in this space?
I think you mentioned pretty much it.
No, that is not all. But
That is
I
it.
guess
I think in the news there was mention of a finance workshop happening, you
yes,
know, to just educate the public on financial literacy.
yes.
Right. So I guess during that period we hope to see a better financial literacy from our population on a whole, seeing that workshop is aimed to target everyone on the island.
Yeah, but guys, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I hope it has been beginning to look a lot like Christmas to you. I think the 100 days of Christmas has already begun.
Yes.
You know, I'm looking forward to see what Christmas brings this year. However, I want to spend it not home. You know, so guys, if you guys want to fund me a ticket to go to New York to see the dropping of the ball and you know just get the Christmassy experience, just you know, you could just reach out to Tobago Updates and just ask who Dwayne is. Right?
And for those of us who want to stay on the island of Tobago, I encourage, you know, what I love to see is that, you know, that aim to have your house being the brightest house on the street or in your village.
Yeah, that's
you
really
know, a lot
cool.
of people love to go out and look at the different houses. What's the name of it? Is it Christmas light? What do you call that? You know, I look forward
Christmas
to
decoration.
Christmas decor. Is there a
Yeah.
competition or some
No,
sort?
it's an unspoken competition. It's not uttered, but you know, people go all out to make sure that their house look the best and is well lit and has all the best fancy lights and so on. But anyway, we want to go over straight to our birthdays this morning.
Yes, these
And we
birthday
have
people
quite a
have been
few-
looking
Yes,
forward to this morning.
Yes. Look, we boy Senator Lawrence Hislop. Happy birthday goes out to you, the tall man, the tall senator. Happy birthday goes out to you, the Tobago man. Right? You know, love from us here on Tobago Updates and here from us on YouTube Wednesdays. That's what I see him in Tobago last night. Right? But anyway, but happy birthday goes out to you. Who do we have next?
We have Mr. Roy Bishop. Happy birthday to you. God's blessings on your special day.
Yes, and he's my cousin. Happy birthday, BG man. Right? We have Miss Onella Wilson. My God. Happy birthday goes out to you. Quite fancy, very cutesy, very demure.
Wow.
Happy birthday goes out to you. I hope that, you know, today be a wonderful day and a special happy birthday goes out to you from me. You know, I hope this reaches you, but if not, happy birthday nonetheless. Who do we have next?
Last but not least, we have Miss Chantel Bob. Happy birthday to you from the Youth Wednesdays family and more widely the Tobago Updates family here on Tobago Updates.
Oh yes, right. And special, that is it for our birthdays this morning. And for those of you who did not make it on our list this morning, we want to wish you guys a happy birthday. And for those who were not mentioned during the week as well, we want to wish you a happy birthday from here, from myself and Miss Nancy's this morning. A special shout out goes out to you, Miss Brebner, watching us. Very ardent. You know, it's very, 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 you know, very, very good that we have that unwavering support from you and all our most ardent viewers viewing us on Youth Wednesdays every Wednesday. right?
As we are on shout-outs, Dwayne, I promised that I would shout them out. That is the M3K Mini Mart in John Dial. I don't know if you have ever seen it on that little high-rise on the hill there. They have they're very good at customer service. You know, I had an issue and they quickly resolved it instead of giving me that bad customer service thing that people normally do on the island. So I just want to shout them out this morning for handling that situation really well, and big up to you. Continue doing what you do for the different passerbys who may need things at your mini mart.
All right. I was getting some information about the Isle of Tobago sign. I mentioned it earlier that it was moved, or it is being moved. There it is, guys. Oh God! All right. It's going to be relocated, guys. I mean, there shouldn't be much banter about this, but it's going to be relocated to a more safer, more centric area on the Esplanade, where persons can feel safe taking their best photos and so on. You know, I do hope that they place it in a very strategic place where, you know, it encapsulate, the boat coming in, the sea in the back. You know, that would be very picturesque for a lot of those Instagrammers. So yeah, I look forward to see where the placement of this sign is. But Miss Nancy, we want to do the rundown and I want to do it together this morning. I hope you don't mind.
No, you go ahead. As you said, we are sharing everything this morning.
Yes,
so you go ahead.
Certainly. So we have this morning coming on to discuss foot care and self-care for diabetes or diabetics. Sorry, we have Miss Delicia Burris. She's founder of Golden Glorious Touch, and she'll be coming to talk to us about foot care and diabetics and self-care. So please stay tuned for that. And who do we have next?
We have next on our list Mr. David West, Director of Police Complaints Authority. He'll be taking us through what the Police Complaints Authority is all about and what services they offer.
All right. And finally, we have a nice little snippet for you of the Tobago Star Quest, hosted by the Tobago Updates, covered by the Tobago Updates, showcasing Tobago's talent, best talent. So I do hope that you guys stay tuned for that. And guys, remember, before we take a quick break, we have to tell you to
share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With Amplia TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with Amplia's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With Amplia, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. Amplia. Do more, live more.
Standards Black Friday deal starts now with 35% off select television, 30% off select appliances, 25% off Christmas decor, 15% off select divans, 20% off select furniture, and you can shop in store and online. Standards Black Friday deal. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Get ready for Tobago Star Quest Next Level 2024. Join us for an unforgettable night of talent and excitement as Tobago Star Quest, in collaboration with Tobago Updates, presents the first semi-final on Thursday, November 14th, 2024, and the second semi-final on November 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex. Celebrate the incredible talent from across Tobago's communities and witness a showcase like no other. Admission is just $50. Don't miss your chance to support the stars of tomorrow. See you there.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Tobago, your voice matters. The Police Complaints Authority invites the public to its community outreach session. We would love to hear from you. Feel free to attend and give us feedback. Join us Thursday, 14th November at the Canaan Bonaccord Multipurpose Facility from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come share your thoughts, raise your concerns, and learn about how the PCA serves to ensure accountability within our police service. Your input makes a difference. Let's work together for a safer, stronger community. The Police Complaints Authority. Independence, integrity, and transparency in action.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. My name is Dwayne Nurse, and I am here with you live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. And we are discussing diabetes, foot care, and self-care. And we have none other than Miss Delicia Boris coming here this morning to shed some light on some foot care practices, why it's good, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the smelly this morning. Good morning and welcome to you, Miss Boris. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Certainly, you're no stranger here at Tobago Updates on the Youth Wednesday show. Just for those of us who might not know or remember, just tell us a bit about yourself and what do you do?
Sure, so I am the owner of Glorious Touch Health and Wellness Spa. I specialize with diabetics, foot disorders, massages and facials, to name a few. I am also a certified medical nail technician and just got my certification in medical podiatry assistant.
Oh, can you tell us a little bit about that? I don't know what that is.
Sure, no problem. So we just help the podiatrists actually with any type of nail disorders, any type of fungal disorders and treatment. And the reason why I got into it, I was taking care of my late grandfather who was diabetic, trying to find someone who does specialize in diabetic pedicures. Couldn't find anyone. I'm already in the medical field. Went and learned to do so, and I fell in love with it. I love seeing the different type of foot disorders, fungal issues, and I wanted to create a safe space for clients to come. They didn't need to feel embarrassed of dealing with any type of issues such as calluses, fungal issues. And I love dealing with clients, making them feel basically at home, safe in the spa.
All right. So you said you're in the medical field. Is this per the certificates just mentioned, or is this in another sphere, if you do choose to mention?
Yes, I'm actually a school health screener, and also I'm a certified phlebotomist assistant. I always love being in the medical field. Yeah. That's actually just running the family. Yeah. So just coming into the foot care, that's something my late grandfather always pushed us to do, always go and push with doing your certification, learning something new. And I'm glad he did that before he passed.
All right. So guys, the sky is really not the limit anymore, right? In space, there is no skies. So the space is your canvas. Anyway, we want to go over to discussing Diabetes Month. November is the commemoration of World Diabetes Month, correct?
Correct.
Just tell us a bit about that and why you are here this morning.
Sure. So one of the reasons I want to spread awareness, because with your feet is very important and is actually one of the most neglected parts of your body, and especially for diabetics. They suffer from neuropathy, which is actually lack of nerve senses. And for some diabetics, they could get a cut or a fungal infection and may not be aware of it. And with that, if left untreated, they could get an infection or a type of ulcer. And that is not a good thing. And that could actually, in extreme cases, could lead to amputation. That is why it's very crucial for diabetics to do daily foot checks, work with a doctor or someone who specializes in foot care for happy, healthy feet.
Okay, all right. And what does a happy, healthy feet look like? Is it the pink toes, no toenails, no overly grown toenails, is manicured?
Yes, pedicure.
Pedicure. I just don't know the
Yes,
difference.
that's not a problem.
Or forgive me, right? I don't know everything. But anyway, um, yeah, so just tell us about what does holistic foot care look like?
Sure, that's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So a healthy feet look like it's properly cream. You're using a lotion. I know some men, as one of my port brothers always say, bad man don't cream foot, but I digress with that. It's actually you use a lot of cream or lotion or oil. That's anyone is your preferred. You actually make sure and take care of your cuticles. You cut your nails straight, a little white showing, not too short. You make sure and get rid of any type of callus. You could go and do your pedicure. It's recommended to do once a month. No type of fungal infection. Those are actually the basic of a proper pedicure. Manicure is actually for your hands.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I'll try to commit that to memory.
Yes.
Right. But why is taking care of your feet, especially as a diabetic, important? Because you mentioned some things about diabetes a while ago. To prevent amputation, that is one of them. But what are some other reasons why diabetics should take keen care of their feet?
So, especially with diabetes, there are a lot goes in it. Like for diabetics, diabetes actually cause poor circulation. So if you get a cut as well too, it will actually cause slow healing to certain cuts and wounds, as well as you have an increased risk of infection if you get a cut as well, or a type of fungal infection. You need to be very careful with that, even just cutting your nails or walking barefoot. So diabetics need to be very careful. Even for normal persons, you need to be very cautious with your feet. Your feet basically carries you all over. So you need to take care of your feet. I dealt with a lot of clients, both young and old. And one thing about the elderly, or I'd say getting into your younger years, you need to be very careful. I heard a lot of them regret not taking care of their feet and they wish to go back in time of caring for their feet.
Okay. So you mentioned funguses, right? What are the negative effects of having fungus on your feet, and what are some of the how does it manifest, right? Because I'm certain that not all fungus or fungi are visible, and how do you prevent fungus, especially for those who already have it?
Sure. So fungus actually love warm, damp and dark places to grow, especially if you have some people who does actually not try between their toes. So that's why it's recommended to make sure when you come out of the shower, try between your toes. I know some for sure signs of fungal infection, especially like athlete's foot, for example. It does get a burning sensation between your toes, whitish or reddish type of color in between your toes. It does have an odor as well, and a bit of cracking. Those are signs of fungal infection between your toes. So you need to be very cautious for both people who are non-diabetic and diabetic.
Okay, all right. So you're saying that, especially for athlete's foot and the cracking and so on, just apart from the aesthetics, because that's some of that they just call them crusty feet, right? You're saying that the recommended foot care, right, would help mitigate that.
Correct.
All right. What are some of your routine treatments to help facilitate diabetics who might have all of these underlying issues? How do you approach them, especially for those who might be a bit self-aware, right? How do you ensure that they're well taken care of and it's all kind of comfortable?
Well, you have over-the-counter treatments they can use to help with the fungal infection. Depending on how bad it is, I will always recommend for diabetics to go to the nearest health facility, the health center or the doctor to get any type of treatment, or someone who specializes with those issues. As you need to know, there are different stages of fungal infection. You need to be very cautious. Even for someone who is non-diabetic, persons like me who does deal with those issues, we could recommend over-the-counter treatments. If they are very severe, make sure and go to your doctor. I know some people love to use
home remedies such as tea tree oil, clove oil, they can work, yes, but it depends on the severity of the fungal infection, and you need to be very cautious on how much of what you use.
All right. So at your spa, right? How many diabetic patients do you come across, and what do you see is the clarion or the underlying issue as it pertains to foot care?
On a monthly basis, I just actually get around 15 to 20 persons a month.
That are diabetic.
Yes.
Wow.
And one of the issues is actually lack of knowledge, unfortunately, and some they have to get a change of habit. That's one of the problems. It is not easy, especially for some of them. They just got diagnosed with diabetes, and they're still in denial of them having diabetes. They'll have to give them some time to accept that they have diabetes, and they're always thinking it could never happen to me. And I understand it is not an issue. Well, it's an issue that, yes, it runs in the family, or you have to change different habits and whatnot. But you need to understand, don't look at it as something that is a life sentence.
Right.
Look at it as more of a self-care. I just always tell my clients, rather than saying the doctor told you have to be doing foot checks, you have to change your eating habits, you have to take medication. Look at your foot checks of caring for your feet. Look at it as using the moisturizer or cream. You use a special moisturizer and cream for yourself, just for your feet, so you don't have no cracking or anything like that. Look at the exercising of caring for yourself. Look at the going for your pedicure once a month as a me time. Don't look at it as a chore, but actually self-care for you.
And what is the correlation for diabetics, especially between eating healthy and caring for your feet? Because I mean, you could care for your feet, you could care for your hands, but forgive me, what is the correlation, and how do you employ your clients when they do come to ensure that it's not just a foot treatment they're coming for, but a more holistic health?
I always recommend my clients to manage their sugar, because you have to eat healthy to help with healing and also caring for your feet as well. You have some clients thinking you could drink 2 liters solo every day and not manage your sugar and everything will be okay, and that is actually incorrect. You need to make sure and balance your sugar. If you have any cuts or sores, or else it will not heal properly. You need to both manage your sugar, eat right, so if anything happens, you can have proper healing of any cuts, sores, or even ulcers. I will always give an example with my grandfather. He was actually diagnosed with diabetes from in his late 20s.
Really?
Yes, and he actually died at 90, but he actually died from prostate cancer. And one thing he never played with was his feet. His sugar was always managed. He always
died at
exercised.
90?
Correct.
Okay, that's
He lived
really
that
good.
long, yes.
So was he able to? I know in some cases, I don't know how true, that diabetes is really reversible depending on how
Yes,
strict your
if you-
diet is.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
So wow, so you took care of his
Feet, everything on his feet was immaculate, good, everything. He didn't play with his diabetes.
All right. And before we get into pricing, and where people can find you, what are some of the underlying issues? I don't know the terminologies.
That's not a problem.
Right? Sometimes you have this pinching sensation on their feet, diabetics tend to have that. How do you treat with that? What are some of the massages you do? If you could just share, how you maneuver these things.
Sure, that's not a problem. With
and bunions too. You just deal with bunions?
To an extent, yes.
Okay.
I do have certain stuff I apply to the bunions. If it's something that you have to cut off, I actually do recommend to go to the podiatrist. As when you're dealing with cutting or anything with diabetes, no, I don't go as far as I want to know the doctor you have to go straight to.
Right.
As I just always say, if you have to go to a spa and you have to deal with any cutting or anything with a diabetic, I would not recommend.
Right. And what about the proper aligning of your feet? I saw some time ago that your toes ought to be spaced at a certain, angle and all these kind of things. Do you do maneuvering like that to ensure, okay.
Yes.
So you leave that up to the chiropractor.
Correct.
Okay, nice. I want to come here. You know how long I want to go to a chiropractor? You know how long? But anyway, so what does pricing look like? For those who are interested,
Sure.
where can they find you?
So I am located in Mount Zion Wim. I also do house calls. For diabetic pedicures, it's 300. You're getting exfoliation scrub, soak, massages included. And if you have any nail issues, nail treatment included as well. And if you cannot come to me, I can come to you as well.
And I don't know if you want to. Did you mention the price?
Oh, yes, price, yes, 300.
For all of that?
Yes, all of that.
Guys, this is a steal of a deal. I don't know if we could use a discount code Tobago update. I'm just saying, right? For myself, and for those of you who might be lucky, we could probably do a trivia of some sort.
Sure.
In collaboration with Miss Boris here, but we could probably discuss after.
That's not a problem.
I'm not management. I'm just a host. Anyway, so where are you on social media?
Yes, I am. You could find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok on Glorious Touch TT, GLORIOUS
All right. Miss Boris, it's always a pleasure having you. Is there anything else you wish to share with us? And before we go, any shout outs, any admonition for those persons that might be diabetic or non-diabetic in relation to foot care and self-care?
I just always tell my clients, take care of your hands and feet as you only help them, and always treat yourself as the kings and queens you are. Don't ever play with your health. So, and also the team is empowering global health. As you have access to your health, make sure and take care of it, especially within Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, some places that you cannot get that, especially with what we have here for free. Take care of yourself. You deserve it.
All right. So just for those of the viewers that didn't hear where they can find you and your number, just rehash kindly quickly.
So you can contact me at 477-3110, and you can get onto my social media on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram on Glorious Touch TT, GLORIOUS TOUCH.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Brown, for coming here with us and sharing with us in commemoration of World Diabetes Month. Those of you who are diabetic and non-diabetic especially, lead a very healthy lifestyle. Watch your sugar intake, watch your exercise, watch your salt intake. And guys, this is it for this part of the interview this morning. Remember to share the live. We'll be right back.
Everyone, it's time to stand up and make a difference. This year, we're coming together for the war against crime. Bright and early at 5:30 a.m. on November 15th, we will be walking through the village of Golden Lane. And guess what? After our walk, there will be a delicious breakfast waiting just for you. And that's not all. Get ready for an aerobics burnout session where we'll be moving, grooving, and having fun.
Let's show that we care about our community. When we work together, we're sending a message. We want to live in a safe, happy place, free from crime. So grab your sneakers, tell your friends, and get ready to be a part of something big.
Remember, it's not just a walk, it's a way to show we all have the power to help make our world better. See you there!
Black Friday starts now at Courts. Get new and amazing deals every week with the lowest prices on the hottest electronics, top-of-the-line appliances, and stylish furniture. No need to waste your time shopping around. Plus, you can shop now and pay us in February 2025. Black Friday starts now. Don't miss out. Courts, bringing value home.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning to our viewers and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates, here live from Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. Now, I know that our energy has been picked up and we're ready to go through to our next segment, right? So this morning we'll be joined by Director of the Police Complaints Authority, Mr. David West. Good morning to you, Mr. West.
Good morning, Natalia. How are you? I hope you're hearing me loud and clear.
I am hearing you loud and clear. And to your first question, I am fine. Lovely to see you this morning.
Lovely to see you too, and I can't wait to come to Tobago tomorrow for our outreach.
Can't wait to have you over here, yeah?
Yes.
All right, so what really is the role and who is the Police Complaints Authority in Trinidad and Tobago?
Okay, so the Police Complaints Authority is made up of a deputy director and director, myself, all right? So that is what you call the authority. And the authority has the power to hire staff. And we have staff of a complement of over 70 persons working within the PCA. So the role of the Police Complaints Authority really is as a civilian oversight body of police officers. We are governed by statute, and the statute allows us to investigate, take complaints, and make referrals to the Director of Public Prosecutions or the Commissioner of Police if we find misconduct. So what is our remit, or what offenses, or what do we look for? So we look for any criminal offense involving a police officer, any serious disciplinary offense, or police corruption. So any criminal offense would be like larceny, murder, rape, etc., theft. Disciplinary offenses would be, for example, like neglect of duty, discreditable conduct, and that sort of things. And police corruption will, of course, be corruption involving police officers whilst they're on duty or whilst they are police officers. So even though they may not be on duty and they commit an offense, they are still police officers, and we still have jurisdiction, or we can still investigate those matters. We also give advice to the Commissioner of Police on several matters. Sometimes during an investigation, we find loopholes within the police service, and then we can make a recommendation that they can fix it, and we make a recommendation how they can fix it. So that is what the role of the PCA. So we are more or less an independent body made up of civilians overseeing the Trinidad and Tobago Police when it comes to dealing with misconduct of police officers. And police officers include special reserve police officers and also municipal police officers. So it's a wide range of officers, police officers.
Okay. All right. So there was some in and out of my audio, but when I visited your site, because when they told me about the Police Complaints Authority, my ears peaked a little. You know, who is this authority? What do they offer? When I visited the site, one of the things that was mentioned was that you all are not a part of the police service. Could you explain a little bit about that, and how does it give you the right to, you know, collect the complaints and deal with them accordingly?
Right, so I'm glad you brought that up. The PCA, Police Complaints Authority, is not part of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We are an independent body established by statute. How are we able to gather evidence and have powers? Those powers come from the statute. So in the Act, they have the functions of powers of the PCA, and it lays out what we can do. So for example, we can go and we can collect documents from the police station. We can interview persons, you know, we can collect documents or TV footage from any public body. So we have a wide range of powers that allow us to carry out our function, you know, to deal with investigations.
And how does the PCA help protect citizens' rights and ensure police accountability?
Okay, so when something happens, when, for example, you have a complaint against a police officer, whether it's a criminal complaint or it's a civil complaint, meaning it's a disciplinary offense, we have investigators who will investigate the matter. The investigators will then bring their file and what they've found to our legal department, who will then go through the evidence to make sure that what has been complained of is actually took place, or it actually transpired, or we can prove it. If we cannot prove it, well, then we close the case. But if the matter goes on, we then go is then referred to the authority, that is the deputy director and myself, the director, to review the complaint to make sure all the evidence is correct, more or less to make sure all the I's and T's are dotted. And then we make a referral to the Director of Public Prosecutions if it's a criminal offense, and then we make it to the Commissioner of Police if it's a serious disciplinary offense.
Explain how someone could make a complaint. So you took us through what you all are responsible for. So how exactly does the public come to you and issue that complaint?
Okay, there are several ways the public can make a complaint or come to us. Now, in Tobago, we are located at Bacalet Street in Tobago, in the Caribana building, in Bacalet, opposite the Hall of Justice and Magistrates Court. So you can come in there in person. We have a complaints officer who will take the report and write it down. And then when our investigators come to Tobago, he or she will then investigate that complaint. You can email in a complaint to to the Police Complaints Authority, and that is at info@pca.org.tt. That is info@pca.org.tt. You can visit our website, www.pca.org.tt, or we have an app that can be downloaded on both the Android and iOS phone. You go to the Play Store and you plug in Police Complaints Authority, TT, and you download the app for free. And the app allows you to make a complaint. It allows you to take pictures, allows you to attach a statement, voice notes. And the app also has all about the PCA, it has our financial details, it has what's new, it has up-to-date information. And this is what I want to be pushing also at the outreach on tomorrow, in that I want to introduce and I want to go through the app, because I noticed that we have pulled the data on Tobago, and mainly complaints have come in person or hand delivered. Now that's fine, and we encourage that, and you can do that. But if you want to sit at your home and make a complaint, you can do so via our app. It's a very interactive app. It's a modern app, and we've had it actually since about 2017, 2018, and we've had many complaints downloaded from the app. So I want to introduce that at the outreach. So those are the 3 or 4 main ways of making a complaint to the Police Complaints Authority, and I want to go through the walk, and I want to walk persons also through the process of making the complaint at the outreach on Thursday when we meet in person in Tobago.
Okay. All right. So now I'm coming from a citizen standpoint. Now, I know that you said it's it's open, that any citizen could come and they could lodge their complaint at the office or via the app, as you are encouraging persons to do.
Yes.
What about the confidentiality of that person? How is that maintained? Do people come to the office and it's done anonymously? Does the name have to be mentioned on the case docket whenever it's presented? How is confidentiality maintained?
Again, Natalia, that's a very great question, because that's a lot of persons have raised concerns. The PCA Act has a clause dealing with confidentiality. So we have to be confident in our dealings with your matter. Now, you can come into the PCA and give a complaint to the complaints officer, and that again is confidential. He cannot disclose that complaint to anybody, otherwise he'll be breaching the act and can be liable to punishment. Okay, now the whole setup of the PCA deals with confidentiality, and we guard confidentiality very seriously in our dealings with your matter. And to ensure the confidentiality, we have a CMC case management process to deal with confidentiality, to make sure that persons names do not get leaked out of the office. So again, and knock on wood, in my 10 years as the director of the Police Complaints Authority, we haven't had any persons, any names or any information or evidence leak into the public domain. And Trinidad and Tobago is very social media savvy. So if anything had happened, you would have heard about it. So again, you can make a complaint anonymously, and we will take the complaint. However, there's so much we can do on an anonymous complaint. Eventually, we would need to take a statement from you, because we would need the evidence from you that what transpired. So if you don't have to put your name if you don't want to, but you can leave a phone number or an email address or some means of contacting you. So if we need to contact you during the investigation, we will contact you. But rest assured, the information you give to us will be confidential. Trust me, we've had a lot of confidential matters passed through the PCA in my 10 years, and nothing has leaked out. And we pride ourselves in confidentiality at the Police Complaints Authority.
Okay, thank you. And we're looking at the follow through now. So, sometimes you would lodge a complaint somewhere and you're wondering if it's being carried out. Is the process started? How long do I have to look forward to in terms of getting results on it? So how does the PCA ensure that complaints are handled fairly and transparently?
Well, we have a CMC case management system where the deputy director has teams under her, and I have teams under me. And every so often, we meet to go through the file to make sure it's moving forward. If there's any difficulties in the matter, we can assist the investigator or the legal officer to work out the issue and move the file forward. So that's how we make sure that the file moves forward. Now, when your complaint is assigned to you, we give you a phone number of the investigator who you can call at any time, well, any reasonable time, of course. But you can call the investigator to find out what has been happening to your investigation, and then the investigator will tell you. Now, of course, Natalia, all investigations are not the same, okay? Yes. So they will take different times depending on the complexity of the matter, depending on the third-party information we need to get, because sometimes we need to write for information from third parties, and that takes some time to receive the documents. So that may take some time, but you can always write into the Police Complaints Authority. And even after your referral, the Act has been amended in 2020, so that therefore, after 3 months of the referral, we can ask the DPP or the Commissioner of Police what has been happening to the matter. Where has it reached in their investigation or in their dealing with the matter? And therefore, that is a mechanism that was granted to us by an amendment, so we can follow up with the DPP or the Commissioner of Police.
All right. So you mentioned that you cannot wait to come to Tobago, and as I said, we cannot wait to have you here. Now, on coming to Tobago, you have mentioned that you are addressing certain concerns regarding Tobago. Could you mention some of those common concerns or issues that you have been recently addressing in Tobago?
Yeah, I was speaking with my investigators to get an update, to get the feel the pulse of what's happening in Tobago. And a lot of the matters that I think that Tobago is facing are matters dealing with police officers, just not customer service, not being customer service savvy, I guess being rude to complainants and persons, and also to neglect of duty. I have some statistics here, Natalia, I just want to share with your listeners that, disciplinary offenses that took place, that we had from 1st of October last year to September 30th this year, discreditable conduct, we have had 46 officers, we've investigated 46 officers. Neglect of duty, we've done 33 investigations. Unlawful or unnecessary exercise of authority, that's 33 investigations also. Disobedience to orders, 13 in police officers. Corrupt practices, 5. And falsehood or provocation, 1. So we've done, for the year so far, we've investigated 131 officers for civil matters. And for criminal matters, for the same time period, assault was quite high on 20 officers. Firearm offenses have been 13, damage to property 6, police-involved shootings and shootings 4 matters, and lastly 3 matters. So these are the type of offenses that have been taking place in Tobago, and that is. And we are coming to Tobago. We are going to be at the multi-purpose facility in Canaan, Bon Accord, from 6 to 8, and Scarborough, has the most amount of complaints, followed by Sherburne Road, then Crown Point. Then we have not had complaints against the Tobago Divisional Task Force, Roxborough, Charlottesville, Moriah. So those are the areas. So that is why we're coming to Scarborough and Sherburne Road, because the most amount of complaints and I guess police misconduct happens around those areas.
Okay, so we're a bit pressed for time right now, but before you go, could you give us those times again and where you'll be situated to address, and would you be able to address any of the complaints that are put forward from the public if they so do attend?
Natalia, you're on the ball this morning because we have a complaints officer who will be there and an investigator who will be there at the outreach. Is at Canaan, Bon Accord, multi-purpose facility from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. All are welcome from all over Tobago. I hope persons come listening to us this morning and seeing us on the screen would come, ask questions. It's a conversation between the Police Complaints Authority and you. We want to hear what we've been doing right, what we've been doing wrong. So it's not me coming to lecture you. It's you coming to tell us instances of police misconduct, if you have had that, and how we can assist you to address your complaint. So again, I say we look forward to coming to Tobago tomorrow, and I hope it's a packed crowd, packed house, and I really, really want to answer all your questions that all Tobagonians have for us.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. West. As I said before, we look forward to having you here over in Tobago. Safe travels to you. And I really do hope that this program is a success. With all the complaints that we might hear on social media, I hope that it is actually brought forward so that you are able to address it, you and your team. Yeah. So thank you so much for being with us this morning here on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. Viewers, thank you so much for being with us here on Youth Wednesdays. We continue on with Good Morning Tobago with Miss Chanel. I ask you to stay tuned and share the live, share the live, share the live.
Tobago, your voice matters. The Police Complaints Authority invites the public to its community outreach session. We would love to hear from you. Feel free to attend and give us feedback. Join us Thursday, 14th November at the Canaan Bon Accord Multipurpose Facility from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come share your thoughts, raise your concerns, and learn about how the PCA serves to ensure accountability within our police service. Your input makes a difference. Let's work together for a safer, stronger community. The Police Complaints Authority. Independence, integrity, and transparency in action.
Standards Black Friday deal starts now with 35% off select television, 30% off select appliances, 25% off Christmas decor, 15% off select divans, 20% off select furniture, and you can shop in store and online. Standards Black Friday deal. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Hey everyone, it's time to stand up and make a difference. This year, we're coming together for the walk against crime. Bright and early at 5:30 a.m. on November 15th, we will be walking through the village of Golden Lane. And guess what? After our walk, there will be a delicious breakfast waiting just for you. And that's not all. Get ready for an aerobics burnout session where we'll be moving, grooving, and having fun.
Let's show that we care about our community. When we walk together, we're sending a message. We want to live in a safe, happy place, free from crime. So grab your sneakers, tell your friends, and get ready to be a part of something big.
Remember, it's not just a walk, it's a way to show we all have the power to help make our world better. See you there!
Get ready for Tobago Star Quest Next Level 2024. Join us for an unforgettable night of talent and excitement as Tobago Star Quest, in collaboration with Tobago Updates, presents the first semi-final on Thursday, November 14th, 2024, and the second semi-final on November 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex. Celebrate the incredible talent from across Tobago's communities and witness a showcase like no other. Admission is just $50. Don't miss your chance to support the stars of tomorrow. See you there.
Guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago, so it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays. My name is Dwayne. We just are coming up to our penultimate interview this morning, and we have Mr. Carl McQueen, President of the Glamorgan Village Council, here to do a quick promotion for us this morning on the event surrounding crime. Good morning and welcome to you, Mr. McQueen.
Good morning, Mr. Nurse, Dwayne Nurse. Thank you for having me, and good morning.
However, lovely. Okay, good. Good morning. We just quickly tell us why you're here and what is happening in the village of Glamorgan, Pembroke over the weekend.
All right. Well, as a village council, we have realized that the surge of crime is affecting not only us in the community, but it is affecting our island, it is affecting our nation, it is affecting our community, it is affecting our family, and it is affecting you as and therefore we have chosen not to stay silent as the premier organization of any community, the village council. But we don't want to do it alone. We believe that we should collaborate with the other organizations within the community and within the area, even the faith-based organizations. So we would have engaged the faith-based organizations, Bell Garden and the Pembroke, inclusive of Glamorgan, so that we can come together to send a sound message. Faith-based organization should not keep quiet as well, because we have, as a faith base, we have a responsibility to assist in saving souls, while the community organization has a responsibility to save lives. And therefore, if we should pool our resources, our strength, our energy, our mindful resources together, we can combat, we can make that transition, we can make that change that is needed ever so now in our community. And therefore, we have decided on Saturday evening, 5 p.m. at the Pembroke Bridge, we would not do a march with a truck. We have decided that we will centralize everybody to come at that point whereby we can send a message. No, we do not want to tell anyone, put down the gun. We do not want to tell anyone, stop the smoking. We don't want to tell anyone, stop the stealing. Don't go about and own and interfere with things that doesn't belong to you without giving an alternative. And therefore, we have chosen to create and to bring that alternative measures to them, whereby if they should turn away from the crime, they must be able to have something in which to work with. And we have engaged, and we also, in that framework, we have engaged the police service. I remember when the officer just touched down in Tobago, Officer Sabero, we would have contacted him and invited him to our meeting, and he came by with his officers, and they sat and shared with us. You know, and that was so instrumental. He felt great, and by that we told him, you are an honorable member of our village council. So on Saturday, we will be having about 6 faith-based organizations, the Seventh-day Adventist, the Anglican, the Baptist, the Pentecostal, Pembroke, Glamorgan, will be there sending a sound message. We have the village council, we have individuals who have been rehabilitated, who went through this using narcotic and so forth, and went through the rehabilitation process, and have now, you know, in a sphere of life where things are looking great for them, good business owners and so forth. So we have engaged individuals of such type to be there to share their experience. We have also engaged Netco. Netco is a financial institution who would give small loans to start your business. They would give not only loans, but they will give grants and so forth. And in giving it, we would also have them spearhead the process, because we're not going to give individual best monies in their hands to spend when there's no form of money management. So as they receive and bring their proposal, which they will be helped with, we will go through the process with them, walk through the process with them, make sure that the activity that they wish to be engaged in is properly organized, properly structured, so that their lives can be transformed in a meaningful way, whereby owning their own business or doing what skill set that they may so like. We also would be using some individuals.
I don't mean to cut you, but we have but a short time. I just want you to kindly rehash where is the event, what is the theme of the event, and the date and time. Please and thanks, Brother McQueen.
All right, the theme of the event, we use Pathway to Success, the Alternative. The date is November 16, that is Saturday coming. We want to gather at 4:30 p.m. and we will start at 5. Our location is Pembroke Bridge, by that double bar, Pembroke Bridge, where we are inviting everyone, all ages, to be there. So whether you got a direct invitation or not, come out, bring your children, grannies, everybody, pappies, daddies, everybody, come out and be a part of this experience, because what affects one person affects everybody. And therefore, we want to create a transition that is needed so that we can be a better country, island, community, family, and individual.
All right. I want to thank you very much, President of the Village Council, Mr. Carl McQueen, for joining us this morning and promoting his event. Just remember, guys, to support the event on the Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. at the Pembroke Bridge. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We want to thank you guys for viewing us, and we'll just take a short break and we'll be right back.
Moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
We needed to do this, and by this I mean recognize publicly the persons that not only participated in the 2024 edition of the Tobago Heritage Festival, but the persons who put their best feet forward, put their talent on display. This morning we are here to recognize the winners across the categories in the Tobago Heritage Festival Calypso Monarch competition, our folk fiesta, our Junior Miss Heritage competition, and to distribute checks to our community groups that participated.
Hi, I am Garvey Sandy. I participated in the Tobago Heritage Calypso Monarch and I am the winner, second time in a row. I'm very excited, not only about collecting the check, but collecting it at a faster time than last year. You know, that's something I really appreciate. They put in the effort to pay out the monies faster, and I truly appreciate that.
I am Leslie Ellis, mother of Gavi Sandy, and I placed in the Tobago Calypso Heritage Monarch, and I placed fourth, second time in a row. While I appreciate getting the money earlier than last year, I wish I had it for my birthday, which was in September.
We are grateful for the monies because, you know, we work very hard, and I mean, when you work hard, you must get paid. But apart from that, you know, we take pride in our culture. We do not do it for the money. We do it to keep the culture alive, to spread, you know, the information, you know, the knowledge. So that's and for the fun, we enjoy what we do.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Grief is really about phases. Some days you'll be good, some days you won't. Some days you'll feel on top of the world, and some days you'll feel like, you know, you're in a pit and you can't come out. So I want to encourage people that as they go through phases, to be compassionate towards themselves, to be gentle, and to always reach out, because social support is really what people need to help to bear the weight of this heaviness of loss. Support is what helps a woman, a family, people that are grieving overcome the loss that comes with losing an infant, whether it's miscarriage, stillbirth, or a neonatal death. And so today I'm hoping to help to break the silence, to normalize this. 1 in 4 women would experience some form of infancy or pregnancy loss.
The founder, Makita, is my cousin, and she was very supportive of Hannah Rose and I when we went through our loss in 2022. Even though it's naturally a painful experience for men as well, I think, you know, as a man, it's really hard to fathom how painful of an experience it is for the women and the mothers who go through that experience. And community is extremely important. So the awareness for me, raising the awareness through the organization, is equally as important as the individual help that it gives to the people who go through those experiences.
Having the experience myself, it showed me a depth of pain that I think only others who have really experienced it could really know. And so it's really a healing thing to be able to connect with other people who could relate to the experience.
We know that we cannot be silent anymore. It is time.
We now return to your regularly scheduled program.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power. We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we strong.
before we get into this morning's interesting conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. Division of Trade, Finance and the Economy launched Finance Month 2024 on November 5th to boost financial literacy and support Tobago's business sector. Theme Finance for All, empowering growth together through knowledge. This initiative includes money moves, workshops, teaching financial basics to children, and a business development caravan visiting communities around the island. The month celebration will culminate on November 19 with a business development conference featuring sessions on automation, cybersecurity, and economic strategies for small and medium enterprises. Additionally, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the TT Police Social and Welfare Association have expressed willingness to meet over a dispute concerning a judiciary policy requiring police officers to sign in their firearms before entering courtrooms. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin confirmed most officers are complying with the policy, and he reported no complaints but acknowledged a few officers had been turned away from courts. Emphasizing the need for collaboration with the judiciary, Benjamin said he is open to discussing the issue with Trinidad and Tobago Police Social Welfare Association to clarify the policy's intent and address any concerns. And finally, in response to a reduced budget of $2.599 billion, significantly less than the $3.956 billion requested, the Tobago House of Assembly is implementing expenditure cuts to manage resource efficiently. THA officials recently convened to reassess focus on cutting costs in areas like overseas travel, materials, and office supplies. According to Finance Secretary Petalyn Roberts, each division will see tailored budget cuts, aiming to save approximately $292 million to fund essential projects. These projects include upgrading the island's ambulance fleet, enhancing Scarborough's Calypso Rose Boulevard, launching a youth training program, and developing affordable housing in Castara. Roberts also discussed efforts to obtain disaster funding, and as Tobago's contingency fund faces limitations. And that was on news in 90 seconds.
They wanna see us free, but why don't let it be? No time they wanna hear the truth, no time they wanna seek for the truth. They sacrifice the weak for the roots, they never hear the cries of our youth. Disasters are waking, the wicked man just reigning, war in far places, the souls of our legacy is failing. It's Armageddon, so much souls gone in oblivion. What they're seeking for, we got to open up them doors. It's Armageddon, it's Armageddon, it's Armageddon. Hey. See the wicked man
that you have just seen there on your screen was the audition of Mr. Darrell Douglas Creed. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Tobago. Now, that was your performance and you are going to be a part of the semi-finals tomorrow night at the Shore Park Cultural Complex. Are you feeling like a winner?
Oh, born winner. born winner. I'm feeling comfortable, to be honest with you. Just comfortable being a part of the experience, being a part of so much talent that we have within this space, so.
Right. So Creed is your stage name?
Yeah. I would normally say my freedom name
is Creed Black. My slave name is Darrell Douglas.
Understood. So tell us a bit about you. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Argyle, Roxborough, Tobago. Born, bred, grow. There's where I got my what is called that back in the day when, boy days, where, picking bamboo, torching crab, there's where born and grow.
Right. And so prior to the Tobago Star Quest, have you already been performing and having your own fan base and writing music?
Yeah,
here in
well,
Tobago?
I've been writing for a while, for a long, long while, and I performed in a couple, this is actually my second official competition, I should say. I did one that was headed by Mr. Len Phillips. That was just after COVID. I came first for that one. I did the song Minty, original composition, and as I say with this one also, I would be entering with an original composition also.
Right. And how did you hear about the competition? Did someone send it to you? Did you, see it and scrolling through social media? And what made you decide to partake in the competition?
Well, I heard about it on social media when they had the first audition, and I'm familiar with Mr. Arnold, so I shoot him a message and I asked him, I say, can I be a part of this? And he told me, he said, well, yeah, all right, cool, come through, and it's history from there,
Right. And did you expect the magnitude of the competition when you just entered, or was it only after you saw some of the performances from your competitors that you realized, wow, this is a big deal?
It wasn't surprising to see so much young people being a part of the competition, right? Because Tobago naturally have the talent, right? So it wasn't really surprising to see, the talent. What was surprising to me is that they actually came out. So knowing that the talent is there, we know that it's there. But we do have much of this competition on this magnitude to really bring them out.
Outside of the first prize being $100,000, what else do you hope to gain from this experience?
Basically, is the publicity because of my type of music. My music is not within the vein of the normal soca. Right, I sing reggae, conscious reggae. I deal with social issues within my songs, within my music. I tell stories within my music. So my music is not the typical jump and wave type music. My music is somewhat in the vein of spoken word.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you encountered any challenges or anything that was unexpected since you've been a part of this competition? Yeah.
No. Everything for me is pretty much cool, okay. I go with the rules. They say to do such, I do such. They say to turn up here, turn up. I go according to, to the rules and the regulations.
And why is it important for persons to come out tomorrow night at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex to support the talent and support you?
Well, basically is the cry for every single artist within Tobago. We consistently ask for support. Majority of the times, the only way we could be able to take the music, and I'm talking about straight across the board, whether it's soca, whether it's reggae, whether it's spoken word, is basically every young people, every artist, every creative, or ask for is support. Right? We believe that support gonna carry us a little bit more further than where the finances is concerned. Because sometimes when we do have the finances, but we have the support, it encourages us to write more, to do a little bit more, and show people what we have to offer, especially within the Tobago space. So it's important for Tobago people to come out and support, right? The support is most important, and that is what we hoping to gain.
Excellent.
Tomorrow night.
All right. Well, I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope to possibly see you in the finals, right? Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here. We're going to be back right after this. Pick up yourself, Creed, and all the best tomorrow.
All right,
guys. See you soon.
What they seeking for? We got to open up them doors. It's a Magidio. It's a Magidio. Mama Gideon. Preach love, not war. Hey, come and let we rain down fire on Babylon. Come free people of the Holy One. Come and let we seek and unite as war on. Hey, hey, we sing again. What is going on? We live long enough to see
Black Friday starts now at Courts.
What is
Get new
going
and amazing
on?
deals every week with the lowest prices on the hottest electronics, top-of-the-line appliances, and stylish furniture. No need to waste your time shopping around. Plus, you can shop now and pay us in February 2025. Black Friday starts now. Don't miss out. Courts, bringing value home.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With Amplia TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with Amplia's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With Amplia, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. Amplia. Do more, live more.
Tobago, your voice matters. The Police Complaints Authority invites the public to its community outreach session. We would love to hear from you. Feel free to attend and give us feedback. Join us Thursday, 14th November at the Canaan Bonaccord Multipurpose Facility from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come share your thoughts, raise your concerns, and learn about how the PCA serves to ensure accountability within our police service. Your input makes a difference. Let's work together for a safer, stronger community. The Police Complaints Authority. Independence, integrity, and transparency in action.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, self-determination refers to the right of a people or nation to decide its own political status and pursue its economic, social, and cultural development without external influences. It's a fundamental principle in international law that supports a group's rights to form a government, choose its political path, and potentially establish an independent state. Self-determination is often associated with the initial process of gaining independence or the right to break away from colonial rule or another form of external domination, while autonomy, on the other hand, is about the degree of self-governance or control a country or a region within that country exercises once it has already established itself as a distinct entity. Autonomy also allows a country to make independent decisions in various aspects, whether it be political, economic, cultural, without interference from outside powers. Now, during the presentation given by the Chief Secretary, Farley Augustine, on Sunday, it was highlighted that he was conflating the two terms, autonomy and self-determination. And this morning, we had Raising the Alarm political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Mr. Watson Duke. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you. Good morning to Tobago. Your patience has been totally great, Tobago. Not with you, but with the administration who's currently in power.
Right. Now, you would have highlighted during your press conference that the Chief Secretary was interchanging the terms self-determination and autonomy.
Of course.
And you ensured that you highlighted that there is a difference.
Stark difference.
Right? Whereby self-governance, self-determination is usually one key act of possibly breaking away and having that independence, while autonomy has to do with having a level of self-determination. Tell us why it is very dangerous to come to the public and make it seem as though the two terms are the same thing.
All right. Very good question. Again, I want to thank Tobago for the patience with putting up the Farley administration. I say that openly. The two things, self-determination and autonomy, are totally different. Self-determination is a broad form of island becoming independent insofar as they're taught. They will now think about what are their options and what options they want to make proper use of based on the merits and demerits. Right? Autonomy, on the other hand, is a part of self-determination. It is not self-determination. Self-determination is a big circle, and autonomy is a part of self-determination. But when you bring the two together, you're giving the public that autonomy is self-determination. It's not that. And I dare to say again, there is not a leader who has rose to prominence, not James, the first James, whatever his name is, from Pembroke. He was a pharmaceutical person. James wasn't James Bigart. He had not advocated for self-determination. He advocated for autonomy. APT James advocated for autonomy. Yeah? A.N.R. Robinson, they advocated for autonomy, some of their rights. Yeah? Ho Choi Charles also advocated for autonomy. Farley Augustine, he advocated for autonomy. Even if you ask for secession, total separation, it is not self-determination. Self-determination is neither independence, nor is it autonomy, nor is it an association. Self-determination is where the country for itself determines what it wants to do. It is not where Farley Augustine is telling Tobago, give us a little more sea and we're going to be good. All right? Or allow us to make some laws and we're going to be good. That's not for him to decide. It is not for Winford James and Ingrid Melville to decide. They cannot lead Tobago on autonomy issue. They can't even play a major role. It is a matter for the public to engage their assemblymen, whom they have elected to represent them. And they now must bring that on the issue of autonomy.
Well, there are the persons who may argue that the conversation regarding Tobago autonomy has happened for such a long time. And there have been the conversations with the public, and there has been that merger of political entities that came together to have that one Tobago voice in order to put forward that proposal that went to the central government as the Tobago Autonomy Bill. But we hear now in the public space from a number of political entities that it's possible that that consultation could now be outdated, based on the new trajectory that the world is going in, new technologies and new development.
You're right. That old conversation with the over London and Ho Choi Charles administration, that's outdated. That's irrelevant. And I want to warn the Chief Secretary, again, he has a way of operating in a covert manner, right? Where he's not bringing things to the attention of the public and allowing them to participate in democracy. One of the things the PDP campaigned on is participatory democracy. You can't say you have democracy when I'm not a participant in that process. And for me to participate, I must have all the information that is required for me to make a sensible decision. And I must be allowed to make that decision without being coercing. You can't come and tell Tobago, a little more sea. We oil and gas. No, that's not for you to decide. It's a conversation where all three aspects of self-determination must be placed before Tobagonians.
Right. So do you suggest to this administration that as a part of the the bipartisan conversations with the central government and the THA on the recommended amendments, that a public caravan of sorts is created where the administration can go from district to district, just as they had their town hall meetings, asking persons to make recommendations and updating and, helping to submit those amendments to the bill?
I'm not sure I understand what you were saying clearly.
Are you suggesting that they go back to the community, similar as they did with their town hall meetings, where they went from district to district, and now ask the public to be a part of the recommendations that would be made for the amendments to the bill?
Yes and no. They must go back to the public, but not in that fraudulent manner they would have gone to the public stating that they're having town hall meetings. That was a whole sham, a whole fraud. Nothing came out of that. It was all theatrics for the camera. This must be a real meeting. And when Fali goes there, he goes there not with his executive, but he goes there with all assemblymen, right? And he goes to listen with all assemblymen, even the PNM assemblyman and myself must be there also, not with his bunch of friends. And when we sit down, the public must be presented all three aspects. They must be given the benefits rather, of independence. They could choose to be independent, and the demerits or the disadvantages of being independent.
All right.
They must be given, let's do the other two.
Go ahead.
They must be given the benefits of having autonomy in a Trinidad and Tobago relationship and the disadvantages of having autonomy in a Trinidad and Tobago relationship. They must be given the benefits of having an association with Trinidad where they share the currency, they share security borders, and maybe the economy space, right? And they must be given the demerits of that. We must have a sensible and intellectual discussion. Persons who are Tobagonians but living abroad must be able to participate, whether by email, by Zoom. It must be something that allows for the full participation of every single body, even granny with your one Hannah banana and grandpa with the 1 foot. They must be able to participate in this conversation. This is not an intellectual conversation. It is our life. So when he says that Winford James and Ingrid Melville, the thing upset me. They're my family. It upset me. This, you don't pass the buck on with a matter as this. This is not a cake sale. This is the life of Tobagonians. The man doesn't understand what's happening. We need to have himself as the leader of the executive administration, that is, to be there chairing the meeting, but not dominating the meeting, chairing it. He has to allow for time. This is not a 1 hour in the afternoon after you finish work. This is a kind of shut down the place and let me talk about this. And you're definitely hold it to listen, to take copious amount of notes. This is a serious issue. But Trinidad, let me say this 1 point. But Trinidad, speaking of the central government, does not want us to have a full conversation on self-determination. Trinidad is guiding the conversation as a parent and say, look, you want ice cream? Look, they have peanut here. But there's strawberry. There is cheesecake flavor. You know, we have different type of flavors there. But you have ice cream here, you have peanut.
Right. But what do you say to the persons who say, okay, what you are suggesting is absolutely ideal. However, based on the time frame within which this bill may come before the Parliament, that is not possible. How do you respond to something like that?
Well, clearly, the bill that comes before the Parliament is a bill for discussion. It's not a bill for passage. The only bill for passage is a bill that meets the desires of Tobagonians. So again, participatory democracy does not take place until Tobagonians are fully immersed in the subject matter and we understand the things that are before Parliament and we have decided what we want out of it. So Parliament just becomes a rubber stamp acting on our behalf because we live within a country called Trinidad and Tobago, of which we are a ward. Even if someone is a ward and you are taking care of someone, that person has rights, at least the right to be heard, the right to be understood, and the right to be properly represented.
Right. We heard the councillor on the minority side, Councillor Petal Benoit, saying that this is a move in the right direction. It may not be where we want to be, but this is a move in the right direction. After so many years of the thrust towards autonomy and all the work that the James Bigots and everyone else that came before has done, do you think that that is a reasonable statement to make, that by accepting the bill in its current form, it's a move towards the right direction and improvements can be made along the way?
I think Petal needs to be asked on whose behalf she is speaking. Is it the people? In fact, she's not an assemblyman, so first of all, she represents no one, right? But if she's speaking on behalf of Tobagonians, then she's wrong. She's wrong. She's definitely speaking on behalf of a political organization, but this is not about politics. Tobago's self-determination is about what Tobago wants for itself, not what the PNM want for Tobago. We know what the PNM want for Tobago, and we know what Farley want for Tobago. But all Watson Duke and the PDP want for Tobago is that Tobago must decide for itself and be given all the information to decide. Don't come and tell me, they have ice cream, you want peanut? There is different flavors on inside there. There is orange pine, there is cheesecake, you know? There is strawberry flavor. Tell us about the coconut flavor. Don't tell us, they have peanut. You want it? That's giving us one choice and making the songs as if it's the only choice. When Farley speaks of autonomy, it's one choice. When Robinson spoke of autonomy, it seemed as if it was one choice. And all they wanted to do was to give us more benefits of autonomy. We do not want autonomy. Tobago simply wants to decide. And I've been saying that. All Tobago wants to do is to decide. We have never, ever decided. And may I, just in 2 minutes, explain why Tobago need to decide?
Go ahead.
Tobago, after we were joined to Trinidad by the Trinidad and Tobago Act of 1887 by Queen Victoria in the Parliament of the British Empire, Tobago was no longer itself. Tobago became a plaything for Queen Victoria because in 1898, Queen Victoria decided on her own with Privy Council personnel, you call it an order in council, she decided to make Tobago a ward of itself. Listen to me. No man could be a ward of itself. It's an oxymoron. It's an unhealthy statement. It's an abnormality to say to Tobagonians that you are a ward of yourself. In 1887, the Trinidad and Tobago Act was formed, which actually was operationalized in 1889. So it became unity. But she was given extra powers to determine the terms and conditions of that unification. And in 1898, it can't be confused. In 1898, she decided that Tobago must become a ward of Trinidad and Tobago because there was no longer a place called Trinidad. In 1962, when Trinidad and Tobago sought independence, it was Trinidad and Tobago, which is Trinidad and Tobago was a ward. We never had to decide on it. in 1976, when Trinidad and Tobago got Republican status, it was Trinidad and Tobago, the country, not Tobago. Tobago was a ward. And based on United Nations conventions and different international conventions and rules, etc., self-determination is an inalienable right. Inalienable is a big word. It means a right that you cannot divorce yourself from. It's a must right. You have and bound to get it. There is no way to work around it. And Tobago have never ever had that right. So it's a legal issue. And the PNM understands it's a legal issue. So in their preamble, they say, and there shall be, Trinidad and Tobago shall have equal status, and Tobago will be given the right, the island of Tobago will be given the right of self-determination to determine its own political status, right? And to pursue it, and to freely pursue. You must pursue it freely, without any hindrance or encumbrance. And to freely pursue its economic, social, and cultural development. These things make a country. So in their preamble, they have said that in the new preamble here. They acknowledge it. It's not a new idea, but it's one that they are forced to now acknowledge. But in the body of the Constitution, they never act on it, nor acknowledge it within there. And that's our problem. They want to lock us into a choice, telling us, take peanut ice cream. We don't want peanut ice cream. Let us see the full array of colors and the choices. Let us decide. That's for we to decide. Even if you are a paraplegic, you have a right to express yourself, a right to be heard, and a right to be listened to and act upon the information you would have given to the adult. If Trinidad holds himself to be the adult in this room, then Tobago among themselves should freely, without the coercion of any single body, without my coercion, without Farley's coercion, without anyone, should decide one out of the three statuses: independence, autonomy, or an association with Trinidad, where there's merely associate, but they're independent, but merely associate with them.
Excellent. Now we're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to return with much more of this conversation. Guys, we're going to see you soon right after this.
Get ready for Tobago Star Quest Next Level 2024. Join us for an unforgettable night of talent and excitement as Tobago Star Quest, in collaboration with Tobago Updates, presents the first semi-final on Thursday, November 14th, 2024, and the second semi-final on November 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Shaw Park Complex. Celebrate the incredible talent from across Tobago's communities and witness a showcase like no other. Admission is just $50. Don't miss your chance to support the stars of tomorrow. See you there.
Standards Black Friday deal starts now with 35% off select television, 30% off select appliances, 25% off Christmas decor, 15% off select divans, 20% off select furniture, and you can shop in store and online. Standards Black Friday deal. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago, so it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, if you're just joining us, then you have missed a truly interesting conversation this morning. We have been chatting with the leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Mr. Watson Duke, on the Tobago Autonomy Bill. And you were reflecting at the beginning of our discussion on, the errors or the danger of conflating self-determination and autonomy. Because while self-determination might be the broader overlook and possible moves towards independence, autonomy is only an aspect of that.
Restricted, yes.
Right? And so there have been a number of issues and points of contention with this current bill on both sides, whether it be for those that support the bill or those that oppose the bill. And one of those areas have to do with the definition of Tobago and what defines Tobago and its marine resources. There's also the issue of the oil and gas finds that are in Tobago's waters and how does Tobago benefit from that? What are your perspectives on that?
Can I be real with you? Absolutely real with you. Tobago as a ward has no waters whatsoever, none. All right? Tobago as a ward has no water. And this is why I said in a previous press conference that our problem is not the Constitution. The Constitution can remain as it is for a while. The Constitution doesn't add or take away from Tobago. The Constitution does not belittle the status of Tobago. Our problem arises with these colonial bills called the Trinidad and Tobago Act of 1887 and its amendment in 1898 that made Tobago a ward. As long as you are a ward, it means that someone has to take care of you and someone makes decisions for you. So what Trinidad did? Trinidad ensured that they give 2 seats to Tobago here. And they ensure they put something called the Tobago House of Assembly here to be run by mimic men, jokers, right? And they dress back. And they say, well, that's what they want. That's what Tobago want. What we need to have is a serious form of governance in Tobago that allows persons' views to be heard. As it is right now, if we have to solve our problem with the sea and everything out there, we must go back to the Trinidad and Tobago Act, and we must repeal that act and replace it with a more modern, contemporary, and progressive act. That act can solve all our problems. The act is a very simple act, All it states is that the colony of Tobago has requested and the colony of Trinidad has consented to unite and form one colony. Good? And they agreed. At the time when they said the colony of Tobago consented, one must understand that the colony of Tobago was Crown Colony and the colony of Trinidad was Crown Colony, which means both Trinidad and Tobago was ruled, absolutely ruled, by the Crown. Therefore, was there any true participation of Tobagonians in the matter, or the slaves or the people who lived and worked in Tobago? No, there was no true participation. It was all the Queen unto herself saying, we want to join these two, and use the British Empire's Parliament to authenticate the process. It's a sham. We now, who have grown in knowledge and stature and brilliance, we must say, let's revisit that old act, that colonial act that was made under bad governance and bad vibes. Let us redefine Tobago, and let's redefine Trinidad, and let us join them. But the way in which they join will be legislated. So we can decide we join them by autonomy or we join them by an association. Autonomy has various forms. A federal system is an autonomy, and there are different types of federal system. Yeah? And so, but an association means that Tobago is independent, Trinidad is independent, but they associate deliberately on matters of mutual interests. Yeah? So the European Union is a perfect association where France and Germany all form part of the Union, and they make laws that has a common thread of legality in all of France and all of Germany. But if Germany decides not to agree with that law, then it applies only to France. Yeah? So that's an association. Again, both Germany and France, they use the euro because they're all European Union places, right? And they have a central form of defense. But regardless of that, they have their own system of governance at home that allows France to be France and Germany to be Germany. Tobago can be Tobago, Trinidad can be Trinidad. We can share the dollar, the currency. We can share the economic space, Trinidad and Tobago space. Yeah? We have to just decide how the money will be split up. We can share national security issues, which is national issues, but we can have our own individual security on the island. It's a way to think and give Tobago a modern way of seeing itself. I want Tobago to see itself differently. People like the others want to see Tobago in the old piece of slave cloth it used to be in, around its waist. I say shake it off, Tobago. Shake it off and dress up nice.
All right. I want to thank you so much,
My pleasure.
Mr. Watson Duke, leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, for bringing your view to the conversation on Tobago's autonomy. And we do hope that your suggestions on a bipartisan conversation with all members of the Assembly and the public to have those updated recommendations are taken into consideration. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to be back right after this. See you soon.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, this morning, as we wind down our conversation, we are highlighting what's happening in Belgarden. And if you don't know, there has been a member of that community, a fisherman, Mr. Ashley Job, who has been missing for quite some time. I'm not sure the amount of days now, but on today, Wednesday, the 13th of November, at 6 p.m., there would be a Night of Hope candlelight vigil being hosted. This morning, we're talking about that with Miss Giselle Davis, who is the president of the Belgarden Village Council. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, viewers.
Right. Now, it's a somber moment in the Belgarden community as persons look out to see and hope to see some glimmer of hope in a return of the life in its full liveliness.
Definitely.
Of Mr. Ashley Job. But we cannot deny the fact that as time goes by, hope dwindles. How has the Belgarden Village Council tried to rally the community to maintain that glimmer of hope for his life?
All right. Well, actually, I would say, based on what we propose to do this evening, that is one of the areas that we saw it fit in to kind of bring the community together to share that hope with the family, especially the children. And so when our PRO pitched the idea, we ran with the idea, and we didn't hesitate. We took time to collaborate with the other groups in the community that will include the fisher folk mainly, and all the religious agencies. And we really, really hope, that is the word of the day, hope, that when we get together this evening and we put flame on our candles, it will send that signal that we are indeed hopeful for the return of Mr. Job.
Excellent. And so you are encouraging members of the community, members of Tobago on a whole, to come out and light a candle in support. Where is this going to happen? Where is it going to take place?
Right, so as we encourage persons to come out and be a part of this vigil this evening, we will assemble at the Belgarden Bay from 6 p.m. We have 3 locations. So we'll be down at the bayfront from 6, and then we go up to what we call the fish stall or fish area. That's just opposite the Lash and Spad. And then we rally to his home up at Iron Ridge. to also share that light of hope. So we are calling on all of Tobago, not just the persons of Bell Garden, to come on board and just, be a part of this initiative that would not just send hope to the Job family, but also to other persons who would have gone missing and are yet to return, that we are still hopeful that some good day they will surface.
Right. And after you have the community as well as the family has already reached out to the Coast Guard and all the necessary persons, what type of responses have you gotten so far?
I would not be able to go deep into that, but I know from where our community stands, and some of our fisher folk would have also played a role and continue to play that role in, if you want to call it, the search for Mr. Job, right? As I said, we really do not want to give up hope that, it's over. As we know, if you allow me to share that these 5 children are now in a really vulnerable situation, as their mom would have gone missing as well a number of years ago and is yet to surface. So we really, really hope that, persons will come together with us this evening and let us embrace this family and share, spread the love. And of course, again, the word hope cannot be left out, because that is what we are rallying on this evening.
Right. And how can persons reach out to the family and offer assistance to the children?
Right, definitely. So through our PRO, Mr. Clint Hola, and our welfare officer, Mrs. Sentele, their numbers are 310-7919. That's Mr. Hola. And Mrs. Sentele, number is 293-6916. We are also asking, persons who would be a part of the event this evening. You could walk with a donation, be it whether, because we have a baby involved as well, I think around 6 to 8 months. So we are asking, persons could bring items, fitting for young girls, and we have 2 males as well.
Sorry, tell us about the baby again.
Well, the baby, I think, is a grandchild of Mr. Job.
And it's a male or
it's a female.
Female.
For my information, it's a female.
Okay, and then you have 2 other.
We have 3 girls. I think two of which are still in school, and we have 1 special needs, and we also have a young adult.
Has the conversation happened with the Division of Health and Social Welfare, as well as with the Division of Education, to see how the THA can play a part in supporting the family?
From the Village Council standpoint, I cannot say we would have done that, but from what I've been told, those agencies would have reached out to the family members. But as a council, we are also doing our part to ensure that they are not left behind or even forgotten.
Right. And so you're saying that when persons come to the night vigil tonight, they can walk with items to help to support the family,
Definitely.
whether it be canned food items,
foods, baby wipes, Pampers, clothing, anything.
And if you are watching this and you know someone in the area, whether you are able to be a part of the vigil or not, if you can just pass by and just drop off the stuff, tell someone to tell someone that this is happening tonight, and give us the location again, because it's happening at 6 p.m. in Bell Garden.
So we are at the Bell Garden Bay, as we call it. At the beachfront, we'll be there from 6 p.m. And then we move up to opposite Lash and Spat, where we normally buy our fish and stuff. And then we go up to Iron Ridge at his home. And then we come back to the Bell Garden Multipurpose Facilities car park, where we would, end with prayer and stuff like that.
All right. Thank you. We want to thank the Bell Garden Village Council so much for taking the initiative. And we want to thank you so much for coming this morning and letting us know all that is happening to continue to keep hope alive in Bell Garden for Mr. Ashley Job. Now, it's important for persons to be a part of that session. And even if you can't be a part of the session, just send prayer to the family. Just, Father God, please bless and keep this family.
Amen.
And the children.
Yes.
The Bible talks about orphans and how we as a community have a role to play in taking care of the orphans. So we hope that the powers that be are listening and they reach out and offer the support. And we hope that members in the community, specifically persons who have kids, Now, I myself have kids, and I know how quickly children grow.
Yes.
So you have things that you can give.
Offer
You
up,
have things that you
definitely.
can give secondhand clothing, shoes, whatever it might be. It may not seem as much to you,
Definitely.
but to the receiver, it is a lot.
It's a
So
lot.
do not be afraid to reach out, come down to the residence, drop off a box of Pampers, a box of wipes. It will go a long way. Guys, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this conversation this morning. We want to thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Now, I know that you have been listening, and you know someone who may be in the area, or even if you're not in the area and you're able to make the trek up to Bell Garden later, just to be there to support a fellow fisherman. And we hope that the All Tobago Fisherman Fisher Folk Association can also be a part of the initiative. Guys, we want to thank you and say have a great day.
Passion start to rise.